morning, thank you very much for joining me, and I guess first of all we should address this light, shouldn't we? As you can see, we're in my dressing room. I haven't taken complete leave of my senses. This is this is a video about handbags. This is my handbag cupboard, which is in my dressing room. And there's no natural light in here. I'm sorry, I'm just moving that to see if it improves the light. That's the door into the bedroom where there is natural light. I'm moving it to see if it improves the light at all, but it just doesn't. We've got spotlights coming down, which, as anyone who's ever tried to make videos or take photographs in spotlighted rooms will know, is not good. Anyway, here we are in my dressing room. I am going to move elsewhere, so don't worry, the whole thing won't be like this. But I just wanted to show you my handbag storage as we're talking about handbags today. Now, who, like me, is guilty, and put your hands up if you are, of having loads of handbags? A whole selection of handbags in all the shapes and sizes, and yet constantly just uses the one handbag. I have a black tote Ted Baker bag, which I'm ashamed to say I don't think I haven't changed it for a different bag. I haven't swapped into a different bag for months and months and months. In fact, didn't swap out of my black bag all summer. Now, I do love my black Ted Baker bag, do not get me wrong. However, it's time to change things up a bit, to sort out this lot and to talk handbags. When I came back from holiday, I'd used actually this bag up here. I'll show you some of the bags in more detail a bit later on, but I'd used that bag as hand luggage, and I swapped everything back into my Ted Baker bag when I got back without even thinking about it. And I then just thought, Caroline, you really need to be using a different bag. You've got a wardrobe full of blooming handbags. Why don't you rotate them more often? Anyway, at the same time, or very similar time to I was having that thought, I was contacted by an American brand, Teddy Blake New York, and asked if I would like to try one of their beautiful handbags. It's not a brand I've had any experience of before, but I have seen some other YouTubers do unboxings and reviews, and they look like beautiful handbags to me. So I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit excited. So I spent a very happy half hour going through their lovely website, looking through all their handbags, and I chose one. And I've got to tell you that I have been very good, because it arrived about a week or so ago and I haven't unboxed it. I've just taken it out of the outer packaging. There's a box inside, and I'm going to unbox it on camera with you and talk through it, and then I'm going to add it to my handbag collection and have a good sort out. That's the plan for this video. So without further ado, let's move into some decent light and go and have a look at this bag, because I'm quite excited about it. Well, this is a bit better, isn't it? Looks slightly more professional YouTuber setup rather than woman with mobile phone filming in dark cave. So, my Teddy Blake bag came in this beautiful box. Obviously I will put all the information below in the description box about Teddy Blake for you. As I said, the website is beautiful. They haven't got you don't feel overwhelmed by a whole range of different styles of handbag. There's quite a nice curated selection, I would say. They've got various they've got some more casual ones, they've got some more formal designs, but all very nice clean lines. And their USP is that they're made in Italy from Italian leather, and they market it as a designer handbag without the designer price tag, which, let's face it, that sounds good to me. So their prices, they're having a Halloween sale at the moment, so I think that's still ongoing when you will see this video. So I will put all the links and information you need for that below. And their prices range from about $200 to $400 US. As I said, it's an American site. Be aware that if you do order, there may be customs charges, depending on where you're ordering from, obviously. Right, without further ado, I'm going to open the box. Really like the box. It feels very high-end. It's got this magnetic closing flap on the front, which I think is lovely, and then it just says Teddy Blake New York. It's got black sides and opens up. Looks like this. Oh, I don't want to spill everything out. So it's wrapped in some paper, and you've got the paperwork and a little leaflet which says Teddy Blake, made in Italy, luxury leather designer handbag, and it comes nicely wrapped, nicely protected in a plastic bag and in bubble wrap. It's got its own dust bag, Teddy Blake New York on it, and let's take it out. And this is the bag I ordered. It's called the Alice Vitello Media, and they do a smaller one as well. Not sure if they do a bigger one in the Alice style. I was expecting it to be slightly larger than this. I don't know why. Perhaps I didn't read the measurements properly. But the first thing is that the leather feels super soft. It's beautiful. It's not quite, it's matte, but really beautiful quality leather, and it smells really nice as well. It's not too squished and squashed considering it's been in a box for ages. It's actually quite a nice size, I think. I tend to go for a larger bag than that, but my bags are always half empty anyway, so I'm actually quite pleased with it. I love the, it's also got inside, let me just show you, a separate little pouch which hooks onto the handle like that, and that's, I don't know if it will come, yeah, it will come off, I guess. Will it come off? Yes, because it poppers. No, it doesn't popper. Oh yeah, you can take the thingy will come off at the back there. Thingy, that's a good word, isn't it? And it's zipped at the top, so that just sits in there. It doesn't have any closure, so if you're bothered about this probably wouldn't be the design for you if you wanted something that zipped close or poppered close at the top. It's just open. I really like the gold logo down here. That's the bottom. It doesn't have feet. I always think that when it has little feet, do you know what I mean? The little gold or silver, the metal feet on the bottom, just give it that more designery feel. So I would like it to have had feet. But overall, I think that's a beautiful bag. I went for the dark grey. That's the other thing. They have a huge range of colours. Really, really lovely selection of colours in all the different designs. I tend to go for black, so I always think, oh, black's so classic, isn't it? It goes with everything. And get a bit bored with black, so I thought this really dark grey was a lovely change from black, but still equally good in terms of going with everything. I like the handles. I think they're nice and high. They will fit nicely on my shoulder. Just the right depth. You can see that if I stand up tall. Yeah, but it is beautiful quality, I have to say. It's an absolutely lovely handbag. I'm very, very happy with that. I think the way it's packaged looks beautiful. It'd be a great gift for someone. And I like the fact it comes with a dust bag. All just feels quite nice and high-end, and yeah, really lovely stitching. The craftsmanship is really nice. Yeah, really happy with that. I think it's a beautiful bag. I'll definitely be using that. Oh, inside it's sort of suede. Well, it's not sort of suede, it is suede. So yeah, really nice. Not a separate lining, but that's the finish of the leather inside. It's a suede finish inside. Right, it's now time for me to get all of those handbags out, have a look at them, sort them out, and generally tidy it all up a bit and make it so I can look in the wardrobe, pick one out and rotate them more regularly. So I'm going to get them all out. That's going to be a good start, isn't it? Right, the first thing I've decided, having got them all out, is this fake Louis Vuitton is gonna go. The handles, well, it was never a great fake, it was a cheap AliExpress one, and the handles are just very tired and thready and yeah, not great. So that one is going to go to the handbag heaven in the sky. Is another replica. This is a Gucci replica. This is a much better replica. It was more expensive. I did have to make my own cardboard thing to sit in the bottom because it didn't hold its shape particularly well. But other than that, just pop that back in. It's a pretty good replica. but it's too big for every day and it doesn't sit particularly nicely on my shoulder. I do feel it's too big for an everyday handbag, so I use that sometimes on a long haul flight as hand luggage because I can fit my laptop in it, which is great, and loads of other stuff, but I don't use it on the regular, but I don't want to get rid of that one, so that one will be staying. This is just a new look bag. It's sort of a pink, metallic pink, almost like a pale champagne rose gold, and it's a really useful bag. It's got 2 compartments. It's got a popper closure and then a zip compartment in the middle, and this, although it doesn't look like it, this fits my laptop in perfectly. I used this one when I went on holiday last time as hand luggage. I didn't want to when we went to Greece, so I didn't need loads of hand luggage. It was a handbag more than hand luggage really. But it just perfectly slots my laptop in, so that's a great one. I love the colour of that as well. I bought that last summer, not this summer gone, the one before, on a shopping trip with Carla. So yeah, that's a really handy handbag and I still really like it, so I'm keeping that one. This is a Timberland bag. I bought it on a trip to Cardiff couple of summers ago, 3 summers ago maybe, I can't remember, but it's a really lovely bag. It was in the set and it was very heavily discounted. I think it was reduced to something like 150 to 50 or something like that, but it's beautiful leather, it's really nice, but it's too big. Again, I tend not to use it. It tends to be a sort of it would be good for travel, and if I needed a bigger bag, almost you could almost use that as an overnight bag, couldn't you, if you were less high maintenance than myself. But it didn't come with these pom-poms, by the way. They were an addition. They're from Primark. I don't want to get rid of it yet, but I really need to. If I don't pull it out of the wardrobe in the next year or so, I think it will probably be time to sell that one on. This one's a relatively new one. This is the one that I pull out when I need a more formal black handbag that's not a sort of shoulder tote type thing. This is Kate Spade, and I got it in the Kate Spade outlet in Portsmouth just about a year ago, and I've used it on a lot of occasions when I need to be just that little bit smarter than my Ted Baker tote. It's lovely. It's got lots of compartments. I like the shape. It's got, you can remove this shoulder strap if you want to, it unclips. Yeah, I really like this one, so this will definitely be staying. It's a useful bag. It's a good addition to my bag collection, this one. This pale grey Guess handbag I bought when I went to Vegas. It was not a great, I bought it from the outlets, so it was discounted. Oh, I just found a used tissue in it. That's nice, isn't it? Classy. You just come here for the classy videos, don't you? I know. I like this bag. It's similar to the Kate Spade one in that it's got a unclippable shoulder strap, and I really like these handles, but it's too floppy. It's just so floppy. I want it to have more structure. So I think with regret, I'm going to call this one a mistake purchase and sell this one on. I've only used it a couple of times because it does really, you can't even put it down the chair without it flopping completely. I can't. You're too screwed up, so I can't show you, but yeah, it's just too floppy. I feel like this design needs to be more structured, so I think I'm going to sell that one on. It still got its dust bag inside it there. Don't know what I've been using that for, but there's some weird stuff in the bottom of that anyway. This was my first ever designer handbag. It's Gucci, as you can see. It's the shape that was, I don't know, when did I get this? I think just before William was born, something like that. So 20 odd years ago, and it was a shape that was fashionable at the time. It's very small these days for a handbag, and it doesn't sit nicely on my shoulder. It tends to fall off, so I haven't used this for a long time, but it has, Ashley bought it for me, has sentimental value, so it's not one that I would move on. I do see my designer bags as a bit of an investment, and I'll tell you why. I bought myself a Chanel handbag. Let me show you it while I'm talking about it. Just put this one back in. I bought myself a Chanel handbag for my 40th birthday. I'd always wanted one, and I went to Selfridges and we had a lovely experience buying it and choosing it, and yeah, for my 40th birthday, so 11 years ago this was, and I paid at the time. I'm going to talk about money because it's going to illustrate the point I'm making. Again, I understand that people might find that spending this amount of money on a handbag is inappropriate. That's fine. You're welcome to think that. I'm not saying you should think it's okay, but you don't need to tell me if that's what you think. That's fine. So I've lost my thread now. I spent £750 on the Chanel handbag. I can't even see the thing. Where is it? Here. These are now selling second-hand on various websites for around £1,500. Some of them are considerably more. That's what it looks like. I think it's called the Tote Shopper. It's still in beautiful condition because I only use it very, very occasionally. I keep it stuffed so it holds its shape better. I absolutely love it. It makes me happy to look at. So yeah, I very much consider this one and the Gucci one an investment because they are going up in value. This little Kate Spade bag, it's just a little shoulder bag, very simple, zip up with a pouch on the front. I bought this one very recently. Oh no, not very recently at all. I bought it at the same time as I bought the other Kate Spade one. Again, it was in the outlets and it was highly discounted, and I use this as an evening bag quite a lot when I go on holiday. I find even though it's purple, this actually is quite a muted purple and it actually goes with quite a lot of different things. It's perfect size for an evening bag. Put my phone in there and lipstick, room key, all that sort of thing. So yeah, this has been a really handy bag and I've used it a lot considering it's purple. I almost bought it in a beigey colour and I'm really glad that I didn't because I do like this colour. This is another evening bag. This is, I think it's RH, it's Debenham, so that's red herring, isn't it, I think. It's just this millennial pink, I think they call this, don't they, with a chain handle. I can wrap the chain handle around twice if I want to make it shorter, which is good, so I can just wear it sort of with the chain doubled up like that. Again, it's really useful. It could nice size. I like it. It's not too small. I can get lots of stuff in it, and it's a good colour that goes with everything. So that is one that I've used a lot and will continue to do so. This is another Kate Spade, but it is a fake. It's a replica. Fake, however you like to call them. It's a good fake. It's got the little feet, I think more so. It's got the logo up there. It's nice quality. The lining's all spot on in this one. The only thing that is just going a little bit is the handles. I've used this one a lot. I love the shape of this. So yeah, I would, having used this, I would actually consider buying the real thing in this colour because I really like the shape and I find it really versatile. So that's a possibility. Now that this one's falling to bits a bit, I might go and get a real version of it. This is a Mulberry bag. This is about 15 years old, I guess. It's the Daria Hobo bag. I used this. The plaque hardware is a little bit scratched now. It's losing its colour a little bit on some of the metalware, but it's a beautifully made quality bag that I don't find this shape. I like this shape less than I used to, so perhaps it was a bit of a, perhaps I should have gone for something a little bit more classic with this one. I don't know if Mulberry hold their value so well. I've not checked it, but yeah, I have definitely had a lot of wear over a lot of years out of this bag, so I feel I have quite an emotional attachment to this one. Now this is a purchase that I regret. This is definitely a purchase that I shouldn't have made, I don't think. It's Mulberry again. Purchased it from the Mulberry outlet in Shepton Mallet, so at least it wasn't full price, I guess. And it's the Tilly tote. It's sort of a satchel bag. It's beautiful leather. I mean, you cannot fault the quality of Mulberry leather whatsoever. And all the lining and everything is beautiful, but it's heavy. Just the bag by itself is really heavy. And I love the colour. I think it's a really nice colour, the sort of beigey camel colour. But it's just too heavy. Once I get my stuff in it, it's too heavy to comfortably wear on my shoulder. I took this up to London one year with my mum when we went shopping, and my God, my shoulders ached after hefting it around London for 3 days of shopping. So yeah, this was a bad buy. I don't use it for that reason, because of the weight of it. So I think I'm going to look at selling this one on. I don't know how mulberries hold their value, but I feel like I've got no attachment to this. It's not going to be something that I'm going to pick up and use again. So I feel like this one probably ought to be moved on now. This is another bag that I used as an evening bag for a long time. It was Armani jeans. Ashley bought it for me one Christmas, along with a bigger barrel bag, which I've since sold on because it was too big, although I did use it quite a lot. It's nice patent leather. I like the logo on it. It's got a really nice long shoulder strap, so because I'm quite short in the body, that works for me quite well. Crossbody as well. Just simple. I like the shape. I've got it stuffed, but it's just the one compartment, then with a little pocket on the side. It's really useful. I would probably use this again. It's a nice neutral colour, so although I have turned it aside in favour of the Kate Spade one in recent times, I'm not going to get rid of this because I think I will use it again. We're nearly at the end. I feel like this has probably been the longest video ever. This is a Jules handbag. This was second hand. Carla got it for me. She knew I wanted one because we'd seen somebody with one together, or she had one or something when we were out shopping, and I said, oh, I'd really like one of those. Carla found it and asked me if she wanted me to get it for her. It cost £12.99, and I absolutely love it. I've had it in my cupboard for, I want to say like 8 or 9 months, and I have never ever used it. I don't have anything this goes with. I literally don't have an outfit in my wardrobe, unless I was wearing all black and white, that this would go with. So I think with regret I'm going to move it on, because I did really want it. I do still really like it, but I just haven't used it, and it clashes terribly with this orange shirt, doesn't it? So yeah, that one I think is on its way. That was a misjudgment on my part of wanting a handbag. Feels really nice pebbly leather though. Right, well I feel like that was a really good sort out, so not only thank you to Teddy Blake for my new bag, but thank you to them for helping me get enthusiastic enough to sort out my handbag collection. I'm going to go and switch over my tired Ted Baker tote, which will be very glad of a break, for this lovely new one. The more I look at this, the more pleased I am with it. It feels so nice, it smells so nice, it's beautifully made, just really lovely quality. So I'm going to go and put all my stuff into this and start using it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little trip through my handbag collection, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.